Good afternoon. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It is a true honor to be able to be here to talk about the drone industry, not only in Africa, but how this affects the global community as well. I first want to thank KIAST for extending the kind invitation for me to be here today. Also, of course, thank you to MOLIT, a transportation organization, for supporting the drone industry in so many ways that you have. Also, the city of Jeonju for hosting this event, and also the first drone soccer competition, which we will all witness here in the coming days as well. And I also want to thank very especially my family, who is also here with me today. My wife and little baby actually traveled with me from all the way from Houston, Texas. So thank you all for this opportunity to show them this experience. My name is Umoh, and I am the chairman of the African Drone Forum. We are the largest network of drone professionals on the continent, and we aim to collaborate, we aim to scale drone solutions in Africa and beyond. So a little bit about myself. I've been in the industry now for over 10 years. I've done everything from service provider work to training and education to now a consultant and advisor for governments and institutions around the world. I'm also the founder of an organization called Global Air U, which is a consultancy that helps drone companies with scale and strategy. And over the years, I've been able to travel to over 32 countries for drone training and for the advancement of this great technology. We have a lot of experience and collaboration with the Korean drone market. This is not our first interaction with each other. In 2020, we had the African Drone Forum, which was in Kigali, Rwanda, and MOLIT and KIAST was a great partner for that event. We also had the president who opened the event for us and talk about the ways of partnership. Our mission is to accelerate the safe and scalable adoption of drone technology across Africa by co-creating policies, building corridors, and enabling real scalable projects. We connect governments, donors, pilots, and companies to turn innovation into funded programs and measurable impact. And you can see from some of the activities here that we've been able to participate over the years. One of our most notable competitions actually happened in 2022, where we held the first ever drone soccer competition on the continent, which was in Lagos, Nigeria. You can actually see some of the teams here that were featured, all from public schools in Lagos, Nigeria, that came together and participate in this historic event. So I'm going to run through a few items today, mainly why drones, why Africa, what are the early steps, what did we learn from drone delivery before, what does growth and scale look like on the continent, what do those impact and metrics look like, what is the business viability, those lessons and roadblocks, policy and program pipeline, existing Korean partnerships, the next decade, and finally, the way forward. So why drones, why Africa? We have proven that drone delivery can work at scale. And to date, we've seen over 1 million plus deliveries since 2016, and we've seen the first national networks in the world that have happened on the continent. We see measured impact. So we see stockouts in health facilities are down, maternal deaths have been reduced, and emissions cut. So this is a very green-friendly technology. Africa is the next frontier. So expanding into manufacturing, UTM, training, heavy cargo, security, agriculture, mining, retail, and disaster response, the opportunities really are endless. And as far as market growth, the drone delivery market, which is projected right now, 5.6 billion by 2030, in Africa alone by 2032, we will see that at 7.4 billion. So what happened in the early stages of delivery? Zipline was a case standout and has been for a number of years. They were able to establish a partnership with the government, the Ministry of Health in Rwanda, And over their interaction, they were able to deliver 80% of blood outside of the main city of Kigali were now delivered with drones. And today, they're now delivering 450 deliveries per day in about 21 clinics at its peak. We've seen in Malawi, they have established the world's first humanitarian drone testing corridor in partnership with the government. Companies like Matternet, Wingcopter from Germany, Vavu, and UNICEF partners have tested sample transport for HIV diagnostics. We've also seen in 2019, Swoop Aero began sustained medical logistics operations in partnership with UNICEF and UK Aid as well. And then in 2019, Zipline also opened hubs in Ghana, also in partnership with their health service. What does this look like at scale? After 2020 into 2025, we've seen that Zipline has been able to do 1.7 million deliveries. They've delivered 24 million different vaccine doses. They've been able to serve 6,600 health facilities and have cumulatively flown 115 million miles total, which is a massive number. Swoop Aero also has done a lot on the continent as well, and they've also delivered over 1 million packages. And other global examples that we can see that have worked in this space, Wing and Drone Up as well, and then Zipline's also a new technology that will be coming out. Now, what does this look like? Of course, measuring the impact of health is very important. Where are the lives saved? And you can see from these numbers here, these are all numbers that we have received directly from Zipline. Everything from blood wastage that is down, rare blood use that has gone up by 175%, blood that would otherwise have gone unused is now being used upwards of 175%. We've seen vaccine stockouts, maternal deaths, they are down in Ghana. We've seen the emissions, they are down as well. In Ghana, also the vaccinations, and then in Nigeria, zero-dose children, which means the number of children that have access to routine vaccinations. So these are all the outcomes that come from a robust drone program. So what does the business side look like? We know that health drone networks mostly are sustained by public health contracts. So health agencies will establish grants and funding for these programs. We also know that over time, the average cost per drone package is about $13.50, which is compared to a lot of other alternative transportation, including vans and bikes as well, which can go around $1.90 per delivery. With autonomy, we know that this can bring that number significantly down. But we also know that motorcycles remain much cheaper for small samples, and drones add up when the speed and access matter. These are some of the heavy lift tech that has been tested out on the continent as well, and some of the options that have been already presented. So what are the lessons and roadblocks? We know that drone delivery succeeds when we have partnerships, policy, cost, talent, and community trust all working together. And this has already been seen with partnerships from our friends at Mobility One on their roadshow to South Africa last year, and then also the other partnerships that I've mentioned. We have ADF in 2020. We have Hojung Solutions, which has already established significant partnerships across the country, across the continent. We also have Senegal Flying Labs. We have Malawi, the Digital Skies in East Africa program, with KIAST, MOLIT, and UNICEF as well. We also have other programs in Mozambique and Ghana that show our strong partnerships with Korea. One of the other ways to get involved in the continent are through existing programs that are given out for these opportunities. So everything from the World Wildlife Fund to the UN Habitat Global Land Tool and World Bank are all opportunities to get involved. Over the next decade, we're looking to partner with more of the Korean industry for UTM and Advanced Air Mobility Corridor. We want to look into new sectors, as I mentioned, heavy cargo, air taxis, and energy as well. And we know that with this collaboration, we can take advantage of the $10 billion market that is projected by Fortune Business Insights. The way forward, we can publish joint impact studies. We can co-create academies and regulatory exchanges. We can fund policy-driven corridors. We can invest in heavy cargo prototypes. We can facilitate in B2B and G2G facilitation, and then position Korea as a first mover on the continent. So with that, I'll just say that drone delivery is no longer just possible. It is happening in Africa, and we invite you to help build the future with us. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to collaborating with you again.
네, 감사합니다.